Hey everyone, it's Red1940 here. Today we're taking a look at Sea Power Naval Combat in the Missile Age, and this is Operation Kama by Banzinou. We are taking a couple of Foxtrot submarines to Cuba. It looks like we've got two, however, there was two additional submarines that are now missing, so we'll have to keep on the lookout for them and then see what develops, but it's possible they had some sort of malfunction at sea in the storm, or it's also possible the US Navy has intercepted them. However, we've got nuclear tipped torpedoes, at least that's what the mission says. Obviously they're not really in the game, but we've got to go make our way to Cuba and run the blockade. So come to the surface, we're going to go back down to diving underneath the layer. Oh, you know what? What's the ESN mast say? Let's check our sensors. Yep. So I have not played Sea Power since the major update just was released. That came out, I think maybe a week or two ago at the time of this recording. It was always out in beta for a long time, however, I don't like playing beta versions of games, so I just wait till the public releases come out. So I waited, and unfortunately I was away on a business trip, so I finally got back from that trip, so now I can actually try and enjoy the new update. And I noticed that the waypoints here have little labels to them, which is really cool. Alright, well, I think we'll just do time compression, because the last that I heard that of our tasking was that we just needed to sail to Cuba, and unfortunately we're just going to be cruising pretty slow as we listen for things, and that's about it. See what else develops. You know, this guy, I think we can probably raise his ESN mast. Oh, let's go to periscope depth. Yeah, periscope depth, that's what we need. Why is he not doing it? Wonder why he's not, Yeah, I'd like to have him go to raise his... Oh, it's unable to raise the mast. The sea is too rough out. Okay, gotcha. That is a shame, because it's a good way to see what's out there. Alright. Well, let's pop down back below the layer. Yep, go below the layer. There we go. We'll speed it up some more. Yeah, so both these guys, the layer's at 310, 320-ish, so cruising around at 360 for the, what's this guy's layer? Yeah. Layer over here is 277. You know, it's so cool in this game that the layer is not one blanket thing across the map, because that's just not how it is in real life. Obviously, there's different environmental conditions depending on where you're at, and it's cool to see that in the game. It's a nice little detail. Alright, I'm not sure what we should be doing at this point if we can't raise our ESN mast to figure out what's out there. We're going 5 knots, so this is about as good as it's going to get for sonar detection. Let's take a look at the range. Yeah, 5 kilometer passive range, that's not great. think it was in San Diego. They used to have a Foxtrot submarine that you could actually go on board. It was part of the San Diego Maritime Museum, and I got to go on it a few times, but it was in rough shape, and eventually it needed so much repairs they couldn't afford it, and I think it got towed out to like Mexico and they scrapped it. That's a shame, but that's pretty amazing to see a Foxtrot like that in real life, and knowing that people used to take that thing across the Pacific Ocean is just wild, because it's kind of a small submarine, and then to traverse like thousands and thousands of nautical miles in it is pretty nuts. I remember I wanted to do my re-enlistment on it, and I think they were like charging a crazy amount of money for that, so I was like, yeah, alright, never mind. And then I didn't re-enlist because I was over the Navy at that point. Alright, let's see what we should do. Let's take a peek again. Let's see if we can get... Let's go up to periscope depth. Take a look at the environmental conditions and see if it's changed, if we can get our ESN mast up. It does look better. Let's see if it's actually better. No, it's still too rough. I don't want to go active on the radar because we don't know what surface vessels might be out there. Alright, let's get back down. Oh, we've got some noise there that I didn't notice. Okay. Alright, let's put a marker there. And then we'll go back. I don't know if that was detected when we're at... Oh! There we go. What's this guy's depth? 100 feet. Okay, so he is in the layer. So we're saying the layer's at 400 feet, yeah, so... Alright, let's get this guy pointing him as well. Alright. So we'll have to be careful because the briefing said that 2 of the Foxtrots of our 4 were missing. So I'm going to guess that there's a possibility in this mission design that some of those submarines might show up as like a neutral. Then we've got to identify something before we shoot at it, so we'll be careful, but we'll close this guy and try and get redetection on him. Alright, so this sub is approaching from... Let's get him under the layer. This guy's at periscope depth. Let's just take him to shallow. Yeah. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything else. Okay. Alright, this guy's got 87% on the battery and 87%. Alright, 3.5 nautical miles away. Not too far. But we'll probably need to close another nautical mile before we can probably get some passive detection on the hull-mounted sensor. Alright, let's see if we can go a little faster here. Oh. Someone is over here, and they've got a pretty good track there. Let's use the ruler tool and draw a line coming out. 15 knots, that's pretty fast. 300 on the depth, so what are we saying the layer is over here? Layer's 277, so he's underneath the layer now. We'll have to go dive a little bit. Double check this guy. He should be under the layer. Yeah, he's under the layer. I'm hesitant to shoot down this bearing, even though we got a pretty tight area that we think the sub's at. It's just I don't know if that's the other Foxtrot, one of the other Foxtrots that's missing, so we'll have to be very careful. Alright, let's move this guy up this way. Oh man, is that a whale? Oh, that is so freaking cool. I don't know if the audio is coming through on the video, but I can hear the whales moaning. That is a whale. Oh man, this is the first time I've seen one in the game. That is so freaking cool. Oh man. I love it. What do we, can we designate this as? It's a neutral whale. That's so awesome. I wonder if they... I wonder if they behave like... no, they're not really. So one of the ways that you can tell what's a biologic, like a whale or something like that, is like man-made things go in straight lines. And oh, this is going to ruin the waypoints that we're in set in here. I don't know if there's like a secret bubble or if I just got to get within the coast of Cuba. Yeah, but so whales and just any animal, they don't go in straight lines for a long time. They're kind of random. If you look at a bunch of ants and that kind of stuff, they just go every which way. They won't stick to a straight line course, and that's a way that you can tell that you're looking at a whale if you see something moving around all erratically. But dang, that is so cool. Well, man, that's so cool. I've never seen a whale in the game before. It was out in the beta patch for quite a while, but I've just never played the beta patch, so it's really neat. And I love that they added the sounds to it. On the frigate and destroyer I was in, we had a system that allowed you, this is underwater telephones, basically what we called it, and it's just a simple hydrophone that listens to the outside noises. And you'd be able to hear a lot of marine wildlife, so you can hear whales, dolphins, you can hear like shrimp, you can hear lobster and crabs and stuff. Because imagine crustaceans, the way that their bodies are designed, they produce a lot of bubbles on their exoskeletons, and so if you have a huge amount of crabs or other crustaceans, they just make a bunch of crackling sort of noises. And of course you can, part of that system was that you can talk into the water, so you can, if you needed to communicate with a submarine, they could listen to what you're saying. You just kind of have to figure the speed of sound in water is faster than air, so you have to slow down how you say words because you would you can imagine it would be sped up as it's going through the water. Well, that was so cool. I'm really happy to see that. That was really neat. Oh, no message from HQ for several hours. No civilian traffic detected. All communications seem to be down. I think something terrible is happening. It's time to make a decision. There's no longer any reason to go to Cuba. The islands probably no longer exist. Oof. We spotted Yankee ships. They're not going to die without a fight. Prepare the torpedoes and fight for the motherland. Alright. Oh boy. Oh shoot. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, let's pause this. We got a lot going on now. Couple things going 5 knots here. Same course. We'll take this. Let's see here. These two subsurface contacts are 277 and 250, going 5 knots each. Same course. So we'll. Man, this guy's only 3 nautical miles away. Okay. Now we're at this. This is a bad spot. You see, I can't do much with this guy shooting over here because there's a risk that he's, you know, torpedoes fired here might go towards this our own Foxtrot. So B-59 is going to have to do a lot of work. Those tracks have faded to the last known depth. So they've gone pretty deep, actually. 475. They've gone below the layer. Okay. We'll see if we can go beneath the layer. We'll probably have to try and take those two out if we can positively ID them. Do you want to set? Yeah, let's draw out the lines here. So these guys are going about there, about there. Send this guy up to the surface. Oh boy. Knots. That's probably the whale. Alright, can this guy bring up his ESM mast? Nope, still too rough. Dang it. Let's bring up the periscope though. Ooh, can't even do that. That is not good. Alright, get your butt below the layer. Alright, we got more subsurface noise, 15 knots, and then... Okay, they're traveling in a pair. I'm going to assume that these are whales that are, like, traveling together. It would be really abnormal for that to be two submarines operating that closely together underway, so we'll assume that those are whales. Surface ship over here. 13.2 knots. Unfortunately, we can't get in a... This guy, that's probably that other whale. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't get to a position where we could raise our periscope. It's just too rough out. Oh, okay, that is a warship, alright. Too rough, so we'll wait till we get confirmation that that is a warship. We'll have to be very careful because that is 5.2 nautical miles away, and that looks like maybe that's an Adams class, I'm not sure. But if he's got VLAs, we are close to it. Oh, not VLA, but a regular ASRock. He's we're within range of that. Well, this is pretty cool. I love some close-in ASW like this, especially in the crappy weather. Alright, he's kind of drifting away. Oh man, we lost contact. Oh, this is a tricky one. I wonder if we go one... There we go. Yeah, if we go 1/3, we'll pick them up further away. Okay, I'm going to classify this as hostile because if you look through the information here, we know that it's got... Actually, no. I think if this is green, it tells you that you understand that that's that. So if I was going to say, if we know he's got the SQS-23, we can safely say that's a warship, but that's not green, so we don't have that information about him yet. Man, that is a bunch of whales. Jeez. Alright, I'm a little bothered that we can't raise anything really. Alright, let's speed this up then, see if these guys come back. Yep. Well, they seem to be zigzagging all over the place. Okay, there we go. Got contact again. Alright. We are within torpedo range. We're not going to fire until we actually know what it is. So I'm going to slow down, and then I'm going to hope that we get some more information about this contact so we can shoot at it. It appears the guy is not going active, so if I could use my periscope, that would be nice, because then we'd immediately know what that guy is. But we are unable to raise the mast. Let's go all stop now, let him just slip right past. Alright, nice, he's hostile. Okay, so we are going to... This is good. It's right over there. Alright. Okay, so I think what we'll plan on doing is we'll fire some 53-65s at this guy. Maybe just fire, I don't know, salvo 2. And we'll go deep. We'll do like a 180 head out that way because we'll just expect a counterfire. And we'll have B-36 come in this way and just monitor the situation and shoot some follow-on torpedoes if we need it. So that'll be the game plan. Alright. Salvo 2. Alright. Very cool. Okay, and then we'll go this way. Go deep. Alright, so 53-65, there's 2 of them out right now going 45 knots. This guy is just cruising along at 13 knots. He is not going to have a good day. Let's speed this up just a little bit. Alright. Okay, a couple nautical miles away now, 2 nautical miles out. Still not reacting to the torpedoes. This is good. You see the ASROC launcher there, so we've got to be really careful. Hopefully he doesn't know where we're at. I'm trying to get this guy to come around, but we don't want to cavitate, so we got to go nice and slow. All right. .5 nautical miles left. One nautical mile left. There we go. Oh man. Alright, so these guys are wake homers, so we'll have to pick up this guy's wake if we're not going to hit him outright, so. They're not really reacting to us right now. Oh, I hear them going active. Alright, there go the noisemakers. Ooh, he's fired some counterfires. That's awesome. Alright, let's see how these guys do. Okay, looks like this one I don't think has the wake acquired just yet. This one looks like it's gonna hit actually, that's great. Oh yeah. The McDonald. Alright, sorry buddy, you are done. And the second hit. Here it comes. Good. Well, that's excellent. Alright, so this is the Mark 46 that came from that ASROC counterfire. That's pretty neat. We are just going to keep going out this way. We're going to have to maneuver, go pretty deep. Yeah, we're gonna have to run. This is pretty dangerous here. We got some ASW torpedoes all around us. So my thoughts are there's a couple of destroyers that are out there. I don't know if it was just 2 or if there's 3, but the lead guy we took out. So I'm hoping we can kind of cartwheel around this way and then re-attack the formation survivors over here on this side. And then if we can keep B-36 to the north, that would give us another kind of access to shoot down at them in. So we'll see how that plays out. Looks like there was another contact back this way. So, but there are a lot of Mark 46 torpedoes flying around right now going deep. This is not good. Alright, so these torpedoes went deep. Let's go shallow. This one's going 590 feet and lowering, so let's go shallow on this guy. In fact, you know, we need to actually open up and get away that way. Because these guys, I think, are just going to keep spiraling around, so if we keep trying to turn this way, you know, this guy might eventually come about and get us. That is a very deep torpedo. Not using any noisemakers yet. I don't know if the AI is smart enough to understand if it sees my noisemakers, that it knows that the submarine must be around that somewhere. But we'll play it like if we were playing against a human, so I'm not going to kick out my noisemakers just yet. That'll be like a last-ditch thing if we know that we're being tracked by the torpedo. Right now it looks like we're good. These guys are still in a search pattern. Like I said, he's coming around like that. That's why I wanted to make sure. Oh, this guy is coming shallow. Well, he was shallow. Now he's going back deep. We're getting shallow. It is kind of risky, but he's diving down, so that's good. Alright, let's speed this up then. Okay. Can we raise anything? Let's go to periscope depth. Let's see if it's still too rough out. Is it too rough? Yeah, still too rough. Okay. Okay, let's still hear the sonar going, so let's be careful. Okay. Yeah, change the waypoints because the auditory sounds of the torpedo sonar kind of cease, so it makes me believe that the torpedo just ran out. The torpedoes ran out, so we are safe to cut on over. Need to watch our battery life here. Okay, I think there were like one guy here and one guy here, so we gotta go sniff him out. Change this guy's speed to 1/3. There it is. Okay, good. Let's see, have this guy come around this way. What was the speed? 6 knots? Okay. There we go. Alright, we're pretty close here. We are going to need a quick ID on this thing to shoot at it pretty close. I really wish I had a periscope, dang it. I bet if we look outside. Yep. We'll play it like we don't know, though. Okay, he doesn't know we're here. He's just kind of maneuvering in a search. There it is. We will do 5365. Same thing, salvo 2. And then we'll probably run straight south. Go deep after we fire. Alright, cool. So we can... We'll have to expect the counterfire here. We'll go deep. Change the speed up to 2/3. So we'll have this other submarine just kind of monitor the situation while this guy's running away. He needs to kind of hurry up. Oh man. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be good. So let's close the distance. There we go. They're still not reacting. Under a mile now to go. Oh, this looks like a good setup. They're coming astern, so because this guy's coming about to the port side. These wakeholders are just going to pick up his wake really easily this way and get him. Oh, that's just great. Yeah, we'll start to see this punch through the wake and then come back the other way once it figures it's gone through it. Oh, they didn't sniff it out. Oh, yeah, they did. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that one is going right towards the... Oh, there they go. Oh, man. Look at that. Jeez. That was brilliant. Oh, he's got the noisemaker out. Is he going to counterfire? Or is everybody destroyed? The torp tubes don't look like they're... Yep, okay, they're sunk. Alright, we've got one more thing over here. What is this guy? doesn't really narrow it down, but it is hostile. Okay, so B-36 is closer. We'll go ahead and get him to fire. This contact's going 6 knots, so salvo 2. That's a gearing class destroyer, alright. Let's get going this way. I think this should be a good shot because that ship turned to the port side to come this way. So it's exposed a wake to this to these torpedoes. So we're going to cross it. You'll see the ship coming this way. We're going to go towards this wake, drive through it, and come back the other way. Ooh, he's fired an ASROC at us. This guy is going to have to go very deep. And run the other way. Where's that ship at? Oh yeah. So we should be going through the wake right now. You'll kind of see this torpedo pretty soon, slingshot to the left here and come on a port side turn. Oh man, got some torpedoes in the water, not good. Run away, my friend, run away. Alright, did these torpedoes not find the wake? Yep, didn't look like it, so. Salvo 2 at this guy as a parting gift. There we go. Alright, let's speed this up while we dive away. Yeah, those guys just didn't find anything. Ooh, I think that these guys are gonna miss if he doesn't. Yeah, they're gonna miss because he's coming over to the left, and so unless he crosses the path of this torpedo, we're not going to see his wake, and so there's no way that this thing's going to... Oh, I think it found it. There we go. Well, that's good. Oh yeah, they found it. So it's going to come across the other side of the wake, and then it should just dart back in. There it goes. Yep. So it's basically just going through the wake to figure out the other side, and then once it realizes that's the case, then it just turns back in. It keeps doing that pattern until it homes in all the way. And you get some sunken ships like this. 2 of these guys. It's just absolutely devastating to this size vessel. Alright, he's going down. B-59, B-59, this is HQ. You hear me? The United States has just launched a nuclear attack on Cuba. They accuse us of sinking their ships in the Caribbean. These reports are false. They're capitalist liars. Total will respond. Launch your nuclear torpedo at any U.S. fleet you encounter for the motherland. Comrade Captain, give me my Makarov. You take command. That's pretty grim. Well, was that the scenario? Do we have any more? I don't think that was it. Decisive victory. Very nice. Well, that was really cool. I've never... I know a lot of you guys have said that you wanted to see me play scenarios from the Soviet perspective or from a different Op4 sort of perspective. And I certainly want to play them. I'm not biased to the point where I don't like... I don't want to play Soviet missions. They're hard to find that are within the length of play that I enjoy, which is typically an hour or less. So this is really nice. This is a nice treat because I think we could have done it faster, but it's about 45 minutes in. I was very careful with those stupid whales. I'm glad the whales are in the game because you see the impact they have on the gameplay. Like, you have to investigate stuff and you can start chasing whales like you would be able to do in real life on accident, you know. I think the whales are a great touch, honestly. They're really cool. So that was really neat to see that in the game. To actually hear the noises that they make is really cool. I really enjoyed that, and yeah, it was just nice to use diesel boats and go against 3 destroyers. It's pretty challenging if you can't use your periscope or your USN mast. If we were able to use our periscope, we would VID those things very quickly, get the shots off, they'd be dead. If we had the ESM mast, if they were running their radars, we'd potentially pick them up kind of far away, and it would allow us to set up a more deliberate attack. But it is fun, you know. If you know me from watching my sea power videos, I do find scenarios that are designed for us to get really close because of like the weather or something like that. And it's just it's a close-in brawl. I really like that part of the gameplay in this game. So Banzinou definitely delivered on this mission. This is Operation Kama, I think is the name. So I'll link that in the mission description, or the video description, so you can go ahead and download it and check it out. Yeah, this is a fun little anti-surface warfare mission that I haven't really played a submarine perspective mission just yet, so it's kind of like the first one of that. So really neat. So yeah, great job, Banzinou. Look forward to the other missions that you got. And if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!